This presentation is an analysis of the HBR case Wolfgang Keller. It involves an international company whereby two key leaders had conflicting managerial style and personality issues. Your immediate takeaway from the case is, when leadership at any level has conflict and fails, it affects all levels of the entity. The managing director, Wolfgang Keller, best I can tell, a conciliator and/or conceptor, is a classic micromanager, being more hands-on and action-oriented. He had a reputation of success preceding him with other companies. He came on board the Ukrainian subsidiary of a brewery at a time when it was losing 2.9 million euros a year. In 3 years, he had increased the subsidiary's earnings to 7 million euros per year. His efforts in improving performance included changing the marketing strategy, hiring a new top management team, restructuring the sales force, and acquiring a fourth brewery in Odessa. Furthermore, he made significant efforts in improving the dialogue and interaction with the distributors, as he felt these relationships were very important as they ultimately served the end customers, which thus led to increased revenues. The commercial director, Dmitry Brodsky, likely a knower and deliberator, is a more traditional delegator with a formal management style. He was hired to bring a balance to the young group of managers with his maturity, decades of experience, and successes with other companies. From Keller's perspective, Brodsky's performance was not acceptable. It took Brodsky a long time to finish projects, if he even completed them. In fact, Brodsky would not even attempt to complete a task if it had an impossible deadline, forcing Keller to take some action. In Keller's opinion, Brodsky's formal and somewhat distant management style affected his ability as the commercial director, and also this management style hurt his ability as a leader. As a result of certain historical events in the Ukraine, personal relationships and trust matter, especially in the liquor business. Aggressive distributors were especially needed in order to convert Ukrainians from vodka to low-end brews to premium beer. In my 30-plus years of post-college experience, anytime I've encountered a dispute, there's always two sides to every story. The Wolfgang Keller story is no different. There happens to be two separate cases for this story. The class only requires us to analyze the A case. In the reading this case, up till now, Wolfgang Keller is clearly justified in his feelings towards Brodsky. However, the case is slanted towards Keller throughout the entire A case. I purchased and downloaded the B case in order to validate and confirm this belief. I came to the conclusion that the point of there being two separate cases was for the student reader to do an in-depth introspection of themselves and their own management style. Thus, as a result, this case has forced me to reflect back on various management situations, both as a leader and as a follower. The real conflict and problem at hand here. Ironically, both of these leaders are at fault for this conflict. The table below shows their mutual strengths and weaknesses. The real question here is, as we reflect inwardly upon ourselves, do we have the same strengths and weaknesses as Keller and Brodsky? Given that all the participants of this class have earned their stripes in their respective businesses, more than likely we each share the same strengths and weaknesses as these two leaders in this case. Essentially, you could substitute your own name into the spots where it says Wolfgang Keller or Dmitry Brodsky in this story and its respective cases. The following is a new organization chart that was given to Keller at a corporate meeting. It shows how his peers and his upper management really perceive him. Generally speaking, when people in business give you something like this, they are trying to send you a message with humor. The fact that Keller laughed it off and hung it in his office proved his immaturity. He should have tucked it away and used it as a learning tool with other people down the road. Log into your Hofstra Blackboard for this class. Then go to the discussion boards. Scroll all the way to the bottom. Click on the Wolfgang Keller link. Scroll to the bottom. Here you will find the A case, the B case, and my analysis. Please use the latest version that's in the listings. When you open the analysis, you will find an executive summary, the players, the case details as it pertains to case A, conclusions, recommendations, questions, and answers.